Last time we spoke about clues of the true nature of the universe coming from the ocean and water. And today I wanted to talk about that same concept, uncovering the true nature of the universe with clues from human activity, especially in the way of creating theater, so plays and musicals and that sort of thing, and movies. And I don't know if the theater is still, well, I guess the theater is still very popular in terms of Hamilton and other shows that, have come the last few decades. Wicked was very popular at the time. And then movies, of course, continuing to be very popular, even if it's not necessarily in the movie theaters. But there is a strong want to create and consume this sort of activity, right? You want to go watch a movie or a show. I guess it doesn't have to be a movie. And you want to get drawn in. You want to forget that this thing is not fake. You want to get really wrapped up in the drama of it all. And by drama, don't take that literally to mean that this is a straight drama. By drama, I mean it could be a comedy, it could be a romance, it could be a thriller. But you want to get caught up in the story of it all and almost forget that you're watching it completely from the perspective of knowing from the get-go that this thing is not real. Those people are actors. Those are settings that don't oftentimes actually exist, right? Like that's a sound stage where things are getting filmed. And certainly when you're at the theater, it's very apparent. It's right in front of you. Those people are pretending to be something that they absolutely are not. And you're even watching those settings. You're watching furniture and staging move around right in front of you. And you know that it's manufactured. It's completely fake. But it's for the enjoyment, right? There's an enjoyment of letting yourself get drawn in and wrapped up in something that you know is not real, but you let your guard down and you set that aside for the time being so that you can get really caught up in what's happening in the TV show or the movie or the play or the musical, even though you know very clearly it is not real. It is not really happening. And you can feel all sorts of emotions. People cry, people become frightened. That's a very common one, right? You're watching a scary movie and you become very on edge. People obviously become joyous, and it's a stress reliever sometimes to watch a comedy or even not a comedy. But you feel all of these emotions in a very real way, even though you know that you're watching a thing that is pretend. And so what can this tell us? This can tell us that this is human consciousness extracting a fundamental element of the reality of the universe and mirroring it back to itself. And what I mean by that is, if you take the true nature of reality to mean the exact same thing, it's a play, it's a drama. It's all happening and you feel it very strongly when you're in it, but at the end of the day, you come from nothing, you return to nothing, and it's illusory, it's transitory, and it's a playful drama that's being played out, and everyone and everything is participating in that drama to convince you that it's real and that you should get really wrapped up in it and that you should really commit to engaging with this life and the things that you're experiencing because they are very real. But again, if we draw this back to what are we doing when we create a movie, a TV show, a play, a musical, we're pretending. But all of these same things play out when you get frightfully scared in a scary movie, when you are roaring with laughter at the comedy, or when you are really wrapped up in the drama of the TV show that has you on edge waiting for the next episode, or you can't stop watching episode after episode after episode because you are so bought in and you need to know what happens. When in reality, nothing really happens, right? It's just a pretend thing happening. And so, if this is a reflection of the true nature of the universe, because there is some fundamental truth that we're tapping into when we create any of these fictional events, then you can say, my reality as I experience it in what I call real life is also a play, a drama. Sometimes it feels like a comedy. Sometimes it feels like a thriller. Sometimes it feels like a horror film. But it's as illusory and as transitory and as pretend as the movies and the TV shows and the plays and the musicals.